ago, I shall go to see that the these.
28 Minutes or Less podcast with S. Foster.
Battle to win.
28 minutes. 28 minutes. S. Foster. S. Foster.
What's good, people? It's your boy S. Foster back for another episode of 28 Minutes or Less. And this is episode 66 of the podcast. So I had to bring in a very special dude. I ain't calling him a guest because he's actually part of the team. You know what I'm saying? This is you like the honorary get like you the honorary other like co-host of the 28 Minutes or Less podcast. So we can't even call you no damn guest on here, man. ScootzBronsen, man, what's good with you?
Man, what's going on, man? I'm doing good, brother. How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling all right, man. Very excited for this episode, man. And the thing is, like, I know I said I'm excited. I was questioning if I really wanted to do this year, because you know, when it comes to music, subject matter is our separate top 10 albums of the year of 2021. So I was debating if I really wanted to do it, but then I was like, I got to looking at the numbers and people fuck with it, man. People fuck with the list, you know. So people are very interested in the albums that people feel that are good. So I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna do this shit for the fans, but not only am I gonna do it for the fans, I got to bring in a music connoisseur, man. You know what I'm saying? You're the music guy, man. Like what people don't seem to remember, because I mean, damn, you going on what 2 years of no already home?
Yeah, this will be it'll be 5 years potting. So 2 years.
Yeah, so you're going 2 years off of the Already Home podcast, and for the people who didn't listen to the Already Home podcast, it was a lot of music talk. You know
Big music talk.
Yeah, so but we done a couple of episodes on here. You know what I'm saying? We did the samples joint.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That I had you on here for. So I love talking music with you, man. So I had to have you on here because I want people to see how diverse your music is. So I wanted to have you on to do our top 10 albums of the year. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it, man. We diving right in. You know what I'm saying? Feet first. It ain't no toe tapping. Okay. So you said you got some honorable mentions, man. Like what's your honorable mentions looking like?
Well, I got 4 of them, man. My first one is Isaiah Rashad. The House is Burning. I want to say he's formerly a TDE. I don't know if he's still with TDE anymore, but you know what I'm saying, he was a part of that camp with Kendrick, Cole. I keep saying Cole, Kendrick, Q, J Rock. You know what I'm saying, SZA, all them, and you know what I'm saying, he was one of the ones that I got hip to him from a mixtape long time ago. And I mean, he was just, to me, one of the better, you know what I mean? He was one of the better MCs, you know what I'm saying, in that camp. But he came out with The House is Burning this year. It was fire. It was, you know what I'm saying, under the radar. A lot of people ain't really hear him. But I definitely did, and I appreciated him for dropping that. Snow Allegra came out with Temporary Highs in the Violet Skies. For me, man, this year, it was heavy R&B. I listened to a lot of R&B this year. Snow Allegra came out with a nice one. You know what I'm saying? You heard her a bunch of times here and there. She had a couple hits on the radio, couple hits on Billboard. I think she had one off of this album, as a matter of fact. Pretty good. And then Benny the Butcher came out with Pyrex Picasso. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Griselda. Benny the Butcher came in. He did his thing. And then Adele, man, she dropped that 30. You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna lie, but that bad boy was hard, man. That bad boy was hard, bro. That 30 was something different, man. I'm still listening to it today, but that 30 is nice.
I haven't finished it yet. I got halfway through it. That Adele, and it just got to the point where, because it was so funny, because my old lady was like, "You listen to the Adele yet?" I was like, "Nah." She was like, "What? You ain't listened to it?" I was like, "Nah, not yet. I ain't had the time." She was like, "Oh, it's good." She was like, "It's worth the hype." I said, "Man, you know," I said, let me you know, because I had my jam sessions on the way to work, so I was like, man, let me throw it in here. That's why I got halfway through the album,
Okay.
and but I haven't finished it yet. But from what I heard, man, it sounds pretty good, man. The thing about the British singers that people don't seem to understand is the fact that the soul singers, like they really fuck with like that old 70s, 80s shit. And like they be on that shit heavy, and they really adapt that music. I mean, really kind of. I'm gonna say this controversial. I think they adapted better than American artists. The reason I say that is because American artists always want to like really go with the flow, like what's hot right now. Like the British artists, they'll stay true to what they're doing. They're just like that Hannah Williams girl. Like she stayed true to like the sound that she want to do. It's only one American artist that I know to do that type of music, and that's Leon
Bridges.
Oh, what's my Bridges? Yeah, Leon Bridges. He like the only one that I know do that shit.
You got guys like PJ Morton, you know what I'm saying? Like Lucky Day, he's starting to go back and you know what I'm saying, get back into that groove too. So it's a few of them that do that, man. But to me, I think it's more so not necessarily the fact that they, you know, like focus so much on, you know what I'm saying, that era. I think it's more so of the instrumentation that they doing. Like in their music, you hear the horns, you hear the drums, you actually hear the instruments. You know what I'm saying? Like now you starting to hear like a lot of synthesized sounds in American music. You start to hear a lot of, you know what I'm saying, like automated drums and shit like that. Like it don't sound real. You know what I'm saying? Like when you listen to like Anderson .Paak, you know that he playing the drums. So his music sounds a lot different than somebody who just, you know what I'm saying, went to a studio, they made a beat and now they singing over it. You know what I mean? So I think it's the instrumentation behind their music that makes it sound so like somewhat authentic.
Man, shout out to Ventura, man. That's one of the hardest albums I ever heard, man.
Yeah, buddy.
That album was hard.
Yeah,
so
buddy.
that was all your 4?
Yep, all 4.
Okay. So since you did 4, I'll do 4 as well, man. The first person I'm gonna mention, man, and I gotta shout out to Joe Budden for this one, man. Cleo Soul on that mother album. That mother album, it was something serious, man.
She almost made my list.
Hey, that shit was hard, man.
Yeah.
And like I said, I didn't even really know who she was. I would always hear him talk about her, but then I was like, man, if he talk about it this much, let me check it out. And it was a really, really good album. It's one of those albums where it's like if you going through some shit, you're gonna feel it. So
man, if it's raining outside, you're gonna feel it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You ain't even got to be going through nothing, but you
it can be cloudy. Dude, it can be cloudy outside, foggy, and you gonna feel this Cleo Soul.
That's feel good music.
Yes, sir, man. So the other one, man, like since we was talking about that sound, they adapted that 70s funk, man, that Silk Sonic, man. It didn't make the list, but the Silk Sonic album, man, I felt like, you know, an evening with Silk Sonic is what they called it, but it was. I'm glad it was only 9 songs, but I do think Anderson and Bruno make a good pairing. They really do. They sound really, really good together.
I agree.
And I just think that if I live with the album a little bit longer, it could have made the list. But it's and I love that they had Bootsy Collins.
Yeah,
that really set it off, man. That's what really kind of put it there. But I'm gonna leave it there. Also, who did this almost made the list. This is what I fought with the most. And I know you don't fuck with it, but I don't give a shit. Evanescence, man, The Bitter Truth. That shit was all right, man. Like they look, I've said this on multiple occasions. I think Amy Lee is one of the most talented singers out there. I just think that a lot of people just don't fuck with alternative rock music. I think that's what it is. But when you hear her, just her voice and her talent level, like she's almost second to none. You know what I'm saying? They had like 3 or 4 bangers on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
2 of them that I listen to consistently almost every day. So I've been an Evanescence fan. I said this to you. I remember a couple of years ago you put down top 3 albums of all time for you. I put that Fallen album in there from Evanescence. It was 11 songs, 1 through 11 for me. I fuck with all of them.
You know who else is a dope singer though? That's like in that alternative rock lane that a lot of people don't acknowledge. The lead singer from Paramore.
From Paramore.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to look that up because I
trust
never heard
me.
that one.
When you hear what I'm talking about, you'll see what I mean. Like, yeah, for sure. I don't know what her name is, but the lead singer from Paramore, she get busy, man.
That's what's up, man. I'm gonna have to check that out. And the last one, man, it was an EP. It only had 4 joints on it, but y'all know how heavy I am into the Alchemist. This Thing of Ours, the first one, he came out with 2 of them this year.
Mm-hmm.
And but it had Brody James on it, it had Earl Sweatshirt. Like this dude can. I ain't gonna get too deep into it because you know what I'm saying. It's some other stuff going on here, but like the Alchemist, man, he has put in so much work this year. People just don't really understand like what this dude is really doing out here, and he's like, I did a top 5 producers list. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I put the Alchemist number 1 on there. He was number 1 and number 2. I really, really fuck with this dude. So the Alchemist, This Thing of Ours, that's my final honorable mention that I have today. So man, we're gonna get into the list, people. This is what y'all came here for. So I'm gonna let you start off the list, man. Who you got for your number 10 top album of 2021?
So my first one, number 10, man, is Yeba. You know what I'm saying? She came out with the album Dawn this year. It's 12 tracks. I believe it dropped sometime around September. But she kind of got like a contemporary R&B type style. It's a dope album. I believe it's her debut album. But the first time I ever heard her was on with I believe it was Drake. And then I heard her do like a couple singles here and there, but she was on Certified Lover Boy, and you know what I'm saying, her voice is just so smooth, man. She sounds great doing what she do. Her album dropped, listen to it. It's about 3 or 4 bangers on there. She got, let me see real quick. She got ASAP Rocky on there. She got Smino on there. So I mean, like it's real good. But the album is called Dawn. Check it out. It's nice.
That's what's up, man. For me, my number 10 album of 2021. It almost didn't make it. Like I said, I struggled with the Evanescence album, but man, I'm gonna put it in there, man. Wale, man, Flooring 2. I put in it. Y'all know, man. I love Wale, man. I hate that he don't get the props that he deserves, man. But when it comes down to New Balance, it's surprising to me that Polka Dot was the first single on the song.
Yeah.
Now I liked it. Don't get me wrong, but I felt like with his type of style. I mean, my favorite song is Light Years. If Light Years would have came out as a single with Rick Ross, I think this album would have been viewed a little bit different. But I know why he went the Polka Dot route. For the simple fact of it was a club hit, it's a radio jam, so I think that's why he went that route.
And J. Cole on it.
Yeah, and J. Cole on it, and with the album that he dropped this year, he was on fire. But Name Ring Bells, that's fire on there. New Balances is fire on there. Angels with Chris Brown. He even brought Jamie Foxx back out. Like I just felt like it was a really, really good album, man. And for Wale to be stuck, because Wale is that artist that's like stuck in the middle of the road. It's like he want the notoriety, but he don't sacrifice his work to get that notoriety. Like he's not gonna dumb down his flow to get that notoriety, and that's what I like about him. And I know a lot of people always say, "Oh, he's always whining about this, he's whining about that." I get it when you get to a point where you feel that your skills oversee a lot of people that are getting that shine.
Exactly.
So I can see how you could feel a way about it. So I'm not mad at Wale for doing what he do, but Flooring 2, man, was a really, really good album, man. So that's my number 10. You got it number 9.
I got Tyler the Creator, man. Call me if you get lost. Let me tell you something. Tyler the Creator is definitely one of the best artists of this generation. I know he don't get enough, I'm saying, a lot of credit. I know he ain't like in the spotlight like a lot of people would think, but to me, he has a very strong core base. And when I say they make sure his numbers is up there, they make sure his numbers is up there. He had features from DJ Drama, 42 Doug, NBA Youngboy, Ty Dolla Sign, Lil Wayne, Brent Fayez. He had Lil Uzi and Pharrell on there, and a whole bunch of other people. Two of my favorite tracks is What's Your Name and Juggernaut. I think those two were, saying the best ones on there. My third is Master. That was dope as hell too. But I mean, he came out. He ain't really have a radio single to really drop. But when I tell you that album, when I heard it from top to bottom, it's a straight listen. I haven't skipped one yet. It's one of those, albums that it'll probably live on throughout, the times and stuff. I think it'll have a nice life. It'll definitely have a nice life. Tyler the Creator, bro. He shocked me every time he put out an album. I'm not gonna lie to you. He shocks me every time. To me, he's in that like Childish Gambino lane where this dude could do whatever he wants to, and it's just gonna sound good.
Okay. For personal reasons, I can't speak any further on that. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go into my number 9.
Okay.
Man, my number 9, and this is kind of a cheat code, but like I know. But the reason I decided to put it in there is because I heard one music person say that they felt that this album was rushed. They felt that it wasn't really done and all this type shit. I'm not into that lane of talking about music. But man, I'm gonna go DJ Khaled, man. Khaled.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, who wasn't on this album, man? You got Jeremiah, Lil Wayne, Lil Baby, Lil Durk, Cardi B, and I told you I felt like Cardi B was coming after me, man.
Really?
Yeah, with Big Paper. I think she was, man. I think she heard me talking about, you know what I'm saying, when I was talking about female artists, man, and I was listening to the song, and I was like, it's Cardi. I think Cardi talking about me, man. I'm like,
she might have been. She
throwing the shot at me, man. and the crazy part is, Big Paper was one of my favorite joints on there.
Oh yeah, she's definitely talking to you then. She said, I'm making this specifically for people like him. He gonna hear me out on this one.
Hey man, she went after me, man. I swear to God, she did, man. But her Migos. I mean, like everybody was on here, man.
Yeah.
Bryson Tiller, 21 Savage. So Post Malone, like everybody was on here, man. I think it was a really good thing, man. And I don't think anybody can get people together like DJ Khaled can. You know what I'm saying? And I think he also threw a solid to Justin Timberlake. You know what I'm saying? That just be. I think this was the thing because Justin is coming out with an album. An album was coming soon, and I think what Khaled did was he gave him a little breezeway of like, yo, I give you a solo track on my album, so that can get your fans ready for when you about to drop an album. Because a lot of people didn't like that Man in the Woods shit, whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah.
So
he could have stayed in the woods with that shit.
Exactly, and I think him getting on this album is letting people know I'm coming back to my, you know what I'm saying, my bread and butter.
Yeah.
So he did this song with him. So man, I got DJ Khaled for number 9 on the list, man.
That's what's up. Also, man, I think with Khaled, man, people don't appreciate, like you said, the fact that he can get those people together, but they don't understand like the production, the timing, you know what I'm saying, the resources in the everything else that goes into getting the people on these songs, finding the right beats for these songs. Like he's doing a lot of the work on this too. They don't give Khaled enough credit, man.
No, not at all.
So my number 8, man, was in your honorable mentions. Silk Sonic. You know what I'm saying? The Evening with Silk Sonic, man. You know what I mean? 9 tracks of pure dopeness. Like you said, man, Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars together is extraordinary. And then you add Bootsy Collins to produce on top of that. I mean, listen, this is an album full of gold, man. This is an album full of gold. My favorite one, my favorite one was, where is it out? Put on the Smile. I thought that was fire. After Last Night was a real dope track.
God, that's my one.
Yeah, that was a real dope track. But Put on the Smile is fire to me. The only one on there to me that I hate, just like everybody else, is Skate. I thought they could have did away with that. I kind of got what they was trying to do with it, but it just that wasn't the one. I skip that one every time because it just ain't it. That don't fit them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That don't fit them. You could tell they reached for that one. Like they was like, we need another single to drop. They went in the studio. It sounded like they rushed it. It sounded like they didn't put too much soul or care into it. But outside of that, man, this was 9 tracks ago. I mean, even Skate, it ain't a bad track. It's just the fact that you put Leave the Door Open out, and then you followed it up with Skate. If they'd have put Skate out, then Leave the Door Open, everything would have been different. Skate wouldn't have got that type of hate. But I'm telling you, it's not a bad track. It's just you can't put that out after Leave the Door Open.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But another song that's getting radio play, even though I don't listen to radio, but I just know like they be playing it on Ebro in the morning and shit, is Smoking Out the Window.
Oh yeah, that's a banger.
And I don't know, man. Skate was just like I said, look, I get it. I get it because that's one of those tracks where it's gonna appeal to kids or people that still go to the skating ring and shit. So I think that So I think that record had a purpose. Like I don't think that record was for everybody. I don't think that record was for the other eight songs.
To me, it had too many reminiscences of the Bruno Mars Treasure song, just with like a 70s vibe to it. So
I feel you.
Yeah,
I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it at all, man. Listen. So my number 8, man, is also another cheat code. And this was really, really slept on, man. And if you haven't heard it, it's really gonna surprise me if you haven't heard this. But my number 8, man, I got Peter Rosenberg, man. Real late. Yes, man. Peter Rosenberg, from Hot 97, from the Ebro in the Morning Show. He's a DJ. So he put together an album. Listen to me. He had Ville the Wonder. Westside Gunn had a solo track. He had Styles P, Random. Who else was on that track? Smoke something. I forgot who the other person. Yeah, Smoke Dizzle on the track.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had Rock Marciano. He had Jay Nice, Method Man, Raekwon had a track on there.
This sounds like an old
yes, this
XL.
It is. It is. Yeah, it is. Ghostface was on there.
Yeah, he just went after all the old school dudes who could still spit.
That's what he did.
Put y'all on the album. Yeah,
that's what he did. And it had
Rosenberg is slick. that's really a cheat code. You right?
Yeah, it is a cheat
that's
code.
A fucking cheat code for real.
Because if you really fuck with that late 90s, early to 2000 hip hop, that's what this was. Even the sound of it, like everything sounded gritty, old New York type of vibe shit. And it was just funny to even hear the backstories of how he even got people on the album. Like he was about to put the album out, and he had reached out to Ghostface. And he said him and Ghostface always had like this funny like relationship. And he said he's getting ready to finish on the album. And he said that he gets like an email from Ghostface. And there's a verse. And so he like, hold on.
Oh,
so he had to go back because he reached out to him, but he never hit him back. And then he just hit him back with a verse. And so then him and I think him and Method Man. No. It wasn't Method Man. It was it wasn't Raekwon. But he had beef with somebody else. And he ended up getting a verse from them late too. So it's a really, really good album. And I think it's slept on because it's, a lot of people, if you're not in that hip hop world, you don't know who the fuck Peter Rosenberg is. And he's like, what? Peter Rosenberg put an album out? Like, what the fuck? But like, if you listen to it, if you like that type of hip hop, like I say, this ain't for mainstream rap. Like, if you one of those people who love people like Drake, Lil Durk, and Lil Baby, and the Baby and shit like that, you're not really gonna fuck with this album. But if you like that old hip hop shit, you'll fuck with this, man. So I got Peter Rosenberg at 8 with Real Late.
This might shock some people, but my number 7, man. Listen, and I wanted to move her up higher. But I couldn't, only because I feel like my top five is my top five is pretty solid. But I felt like she deserved to be in the top five for real. And then I got her at 7. But Doja Cat, bro, Planet Her.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. This was a work of art. No bullshit.
Okay.
This was a work of art. 19 tracks. My first time listening to it, you know what I'm saying? Like I tell everybody, I try to listen to an album all the way through before I actually get to skipping and everything else. I don't think I start skipping songs until probably my 10th listen.
Damn.
And that's a strong thing. She had some great features: Young Thug, Ariana Grande, JID, SZA. Eve was on here, which I thought was amazing. The Weeknd, of course. She had hella radio hits on here. She had the joint with SZA, to Kiss Me More. She had what was the one with the Weeknd? You Right, that was one. Need to Know was another one. And then my favorite out of all of them is Get Into It. I thought she spazzed on this joint. I thought this was her best track on the whole album. If you don't know what song I'm talking about, if you've ever seen the Taco Bell commercial with the two dudes that was dressed up as cosplay in the subway, and his shield ran into the trash can, that song is specifically the one I'm talking about. Doja Cat, man. She did her thing. She been out here busting her ass. She been earning her spot. She got a bright future. Shout out to Doja Cat.
Man, listen, I'm not mad at it at all. So my number 7, right? And this is, me and you had a conversation about this group before. And it's look, man, I got Migos Culture 3, man.
Yeah. Shout out to the Migos.
The Migos, listen, man, these dudes, man, I'm telling you, man, that I mean, starting from the first track, man, and then Having My Way. I mean, they kind of cheated with having Drake on there, and Drake had a whole like 24 bars, man. Like, like, and then he did the hook. Yeah. He killed that shit, man. Straightening was the first single, man. That was dope. I like what they did there by going with Straightening as being that first single to come off that track. But man, listen, they had Cardi B on there. She ripped it. Cardi
That's a cheat code too.
Yeah, and she fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? They had Polo G on there. They had Vaccine, that Tote was dragged. They had Justin Bieber on there, Future on there, Juice WRLD. Pop Smoke was on the album. So I mean, it was a lot of songs, but like what I'm meaning by this conversation, me and you was talking about, because we did like I can't remember what we were doing. I know it was one of those music episodes, but I was saying like as far as like groups, I was like, look, man, I said I think Migos is like in my top 5 like rap groups of all time.
Yeah.
And you were saying they was creeping up there. Migos ain't missing.
No.
Like they're not missing.
No.
Like and they sound. It's hard to have your own sound, and for these dudes to have like their own sound. Like it's just amazing, man. So
and as many people try to, they still can't imitate it.
No, they can't, man. They're too unique. And then the funny thing is, like, even though the most popular dudes is Quavo and Offset, but like a lot of people feel like Takeoff is like the best rapper in the group.
Yeah, I get into it with my little cousins every time. I think Offset is the best one in the group, but they tell me every time Takeoff the one, so I don't know.
Like,
but
I mean,
hear that a lot.
The thing is, you know, I'm huge on voice. So I gravitate more to Quavo. I kind of like Quavo's voice a little better.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm with you. I like Offset as well. But all three of them, man, they are really, really, really good, man. Because when it comes to the new age of like groups, like for me personally, it was really only the Migos and Ray Shrimmer. But like, you know, they kind of Sway Lee is kind of like doing like his own thing.
He took off. Yeah, he took off.
Right
he,
now.
He
So
left Slim Jimmy behind, bro. He
yeah.
left that man behind. Sway Lee out here.
Yeah, Sway Lee is out here heavy. So yeah, man, I got Migos Culture 3, man, at 7.
Nice. So at 6, man, this is one of the albums to me that was one of the better R&B albums of the year. He used to be named Drum. People probably remember him from I Like the Cha-Cha, but he came out with a new persona. He got a little bit more intimate. Excuse me. He came out with a more personal album called Shelly, FKA Drum, which is self-titled. He goes by Shelly now. He's no longer John, but he got Summer Walker on the intro track. He got her. He got Erykah Badu on here, and he got this track called Exposure. When I tell you, man, this is one of the best R&B songs I've ever heard. This dude voice is crazy. The beat selection was crazy. The arrangement of the tracks was good. I mean, this is probably the top 3 R&B albums this year. I don't know if many people mess with it or not, but if you get a chance, check them out. Shelly, FKA Drum. I'm telling you, that man went from I Like the Cha-Cha and Broccoli with Yachty to putting soul music down, bro.
That's what's up, man. I ain't mad at that, man. I heard the guy Joe Budden talking about him.
Yeah.
So number 6 for me, Tyler the Creator, man. Call me if you get lost.
Let's go. I was waiting. I know I'm gonna say we gotta have at least 2 or 3 together. I know we do on the list, bro.
Yo, but this album, first and foremost, man.
I thought we was gonna have Silk Sonic too, though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It was close.
Yeah.
Listen, man. First and foremost, I gotta do this, man. Shout out to DJ Drummer.
Yes.
Look, if you ain't from, I mean, you could be somewhere else, but I'm in the South. Like I remember when these DJ Drummer joints, like every corner store, whatever you went into, man, those DJ Drummer tapes was in there, man. DJ Drummer flooded the hood so hard to where the damn FBI came and raided his damn shit, threw all his shit up. Like they completely tried to destroy DJ Drummer for what he was doing. So for a DJ to get that much attention from the FBI, my guy, for him to come back, for Tyler to even have the awareness to be like, you know what, I'm gonna do a rap album, because Tyler's all over the place. He switched lanes. Yeah, he switched lanes. So for him to be like, yo, I'm gonna do a hip hop album. Not only am I gonna do a hip hop album, I'm doing basically a DJ Drummer, like Gangsta Grillz type of album, but do it in his own type of way. And I thought it was very creative, man. Like songs like Lemonhead, Lumberjack, What's Your Name? My favorite is Sweet. I thought Wanted to Dance, Thought You Wanted to Dance, but I just listened to the Sweet track. Like that's my favorite track on there, man. Tyler got one, man. Like
trying to tell you, boy.
Now my favorite song always been She. You know what I'm saying? Frank Ocean. This Sweet might surpass it. I didn't think Tyler would ever do something better. Like, just me personally, I thought he would never come out with something better than She. But this Sweet, man, is off the chain. So shout out to Tyler the Creator and DJ Drummer, man. So I got Tyler the Creator. Call Me If You Get Lost at 6.
Nice. What's your favorite drama mixtape?
Come on, man. The Dedication 2. What you mean?
Really?
Yes.
You know what mine is? Mine is Young Joe Day One.
I ain't mad at it. But like the thing with the dedications, like the first one and the second one, but like when he did his first like studio album, Gangsta Grillz, not the mixtape, but just Gangsta Grillz,
right. That
was dope too, because the feds listening to me, yo, that's one of the hardest tracks I've ever heard.
But I'm telling you that Young Joe Day One, bro, that changed my life in high school. So my number 5, man. Now we get into the meat and potatoes of this thing. My number 5 is Kanye West, Donda. Listen. A lot of people didn't give Kanye, you know what I'm saying, so much love on his last few albums. Everything just seemed out of place. Everything just seemed like he, you know what I'm saying, like he just wasn't in that old bag no more. And then let me tell you something. My man came out and did his thing. He did his thing. I don't know where he was at. I don't know what was going on in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I don't know what he was doing with the Broadway theater plays that he was putting on, setting himself on fire and stuff. But like a phoenix from the ashes, my man rose up again, bro. Hey, listen, Donda is an amazing album. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z on there, the baby on there. He got Andre 3000 to come out of retirement and rap, bro. Which is hands down my favorite track. If you've heard that Andre 3000 verse, then you know how dope Andre 3000 is. And if you don't know how dope Andre 3000 is, then shame on you. But when I heard he had Andre 3000 on his album, I anticipated it. And I heard it. I ain't hear the verse. I'm like, man, he ain't had 3000 on here. Then the deluxe drop and 3000 verses on there, bro. That's all I've been listening to.
Okay, so you know the backstory of that, right?
Yeah, I know 100% the backstory. I know the backstory of it. Yeah.
So, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I have not heard the album.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to that song and that verse, I heard it only because of Ebro in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
They played the whole verse.
Oh my god!
And so look, if you don't know how dope Andre 3000 is, I know I'm trying to gain the audience here, but I just want to say, if you don't think Andre 3000 is dope, just stop listening to the 28 minutes or less.
Please do. And don't listen to Andre 3000.
Andre 3000, yo, that verse, I almost just like got that song and just listened to that song just to listen to that verse. Because that verse, that's hands down the verse of the year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's the verse of the year.
Sure, period. You won't find a better one.
You won't, no, like that verse was just, and to go along with the subject matter of what everybody thought the album was going to be. Bro. The only reason I know a little bit about the album is because I listen to Ebro in the morning every day. Like I've heard pieces of the album simply because of that, but I haven't seeked out the album myself.
Bro, this album is the one, bro. That jail. Listen, let me tell you something.
That's what Ebro and them talk about almost every day. Like,
bro, he don't have to do no rapping on there. He could have just made that an interlude and just put the hook on there and just let the beat go. It still would have been just as good. That's
what I'm hearing, man. I might, man. It's just, you know me, man. I'm not with antics, man. I hate when people do all these antics, and it's just like, man, because I'm gonna be real with you. If we having an honest conversation, Kanye West is one of the most talented artists to ever enter into music. Mm-hmm. But it's just like, dude, you don't need these antics. You too great for that.
But it adds to the fuel, bro. Listen, because I don't like it either, but I understand it. It adds to the fuel. It makes everything that much more interesting. It takes everything to that next level because now it's like he has to meet these expectations. So once it happens, it's just like a big sigh of relief.
True. I mean, I hear what you're saying. It's just a lot of that shit just turns me off.
Yeah.
So like you said, the meat and potatoes. My number 5, man. Listen, 2 back-to-back years, man. Can't be mad at him. One of the greats, Nas, man. King Disease 2. Man, listen. Dope. This album, when it came to Death Row East, we told a story about him and his beef with Tupac. Mm-hmm. EPMD 2, you know what I'm saying? This dude brought EPMD out of retirement, you know what I'm saying, with Eminem. And what was great about that was, if you really fuck with Eminem, you know, Eminem has always said one of his favorite groups of all time was EPMD.
He's a real live like
historian.
Yeah, for real.
And for Nas to put that together, to put M and EPMD all on one track.
Mm-hmm.
That was dope. But Rare, that was a really good Store Run. That was Store Run. I think is funny, just like because old heads and the young dudes. But man, nobody with Lauryn Hill. Listen,
you talking about
that might be the second verse of the year.
No, that might be verse of the year.
Nah, Andre got it, but she there.
No, bro. They
there. It's neck and neck.
They there.
I've always been that person where when it came to Lauryn Hill, don't get me wrong, I fuck with the Fugees. You know what I'm saying? I listen to the Fugees. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, even though I always say it's an R&B album, but like when it came to her rapping, it was just like I always thought she was a dope MC, but it was just like how everybody just appointed her number one, always kind of like, man, like she dope, but she ain't that dope. This right here got me questioning, like,
hey, you crazy? You ain't never heard the Fugees?
Yeah, I just said, man, come on. The Score is one of the all-time albums, man.
She used to tear Prize and Wyclef ass up on track.
That's Prize and Wyclef.
I don't care. Every time they got on the track, I know they was like, damn, she got to go in here and rap, man. They used to hate when she rapped.
But no, they love when she rap because they were like, this is going to be what album sells.
No, they used to hate when she rapped because they was going in there getting their ass tore up.
They was getting their ass tore up. I ain't gonna lie there. They got their ass ripped up, but like I said, this ain't Big Boy and Andre. You know what I'm saying? This is Prize and no disrespect to them. They legends in the game, especially Wyclef with his producing and all the shit that he's done.
Prize too, man. He was on Ghetto Superstar. Don't do that.
Ghetto Superstar was one of my favorites. Him and Maya.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It was a hit, bro. Don't do Prize like that, man.
Then Prize had that one hit. That went like it sounded like it was like from Boogie Nights or some shit. That used to be my shit back in the day.
I don't know, man.
I fuck with that one. But listen, Nas, man, look. Nas came out with one. I'm not a Grammy person, but for Nas to finally get one last year.
Yeah, shout out to Hit Boy.
Yeah, shout out to Hit Boy. Hit Boy was on this album as well.
Yep.
So I gotta give it to him, man. Nas made my top 5. King Disease 2, man.
Okay. We what on number 4?
Yep, number 4.
Hey man, this might be another surprise to the people, man. But my number 4 is this one. This one might, you know what I'm saying, shock the world. But Jasmine Sullivan, Hotels. Listen, she got busy with this joint, man. She got busy with this joint. Pick Up Your Feelings was probably one of the best singles to come out this year. When I say she put on a display of vocal ability, Pick Up Your Feelings is exactly that. If you want to know if somebody can sing, have them sing that song, and you'll find out if somebody can sing or not. Put It Down was one of my joints. Own It was one of my joints. You know what I'm saying? The Girl Like Me featuring her was one of my joints too. She had Ari Lennox on here. Anderson .Paak was on here. You know what I'm saying? She had a bunch of different women, you know what I'm saying, doing some interludes that I thought kind of helped tell the story of the overall album. It had a nice progression to it. This was a fire album. Jasmine Sullivan, Hotels. Go check that joint out.
As far as a vocalist, man, Jasmine might be one of the most slept on.
Facts.
She might be one of the most slept on. Like, man, what she did, I think what was so dope that Jay-Z had her come in and saying that national, even though the other dude fucked it up.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she put the world on notice. Like, oh shit, like this girl really can sing. And like Jasmine
joint with Rick Ross too.
Yeah, because it's like Jasmine never like only really one track I felt like hit mainstream, and that wasn't even the best song on the album. That was Bust the Windows Out Your Car. Like I felt like that was like the only one, but like Lions, Tigers, and Bears and fucking and then she got one of the most disrespectful but one of the most greatest songs ever. I'm in Love with Another Man. Yo, that shit.
That insecure joint she did too was nice too.
Yeah. So
fire.
Jasmine, yeah, I'm fucking with that, man. I ain't mad at that at all, man. But number 4 for me, man. Listen, this person right here might be like my favorite like person in the industry, and I feel like, and I'm gonna tell you, and I'm saying this, as far as talent level, as far as singing,
Mm-hmm.
writing, playing guitar, piano. Listen, man, her. I'm sorry, her.
Nice.
Back of my mind,
Yeah.
her might be the talented person in the game. Period, hands down. I don't give a fuck what nobody
She's
say.
like, to me, she's like the female version of Ty Dolla $ign.
Like Todd, she's like Alicia Keys on steroids.
Yeah, they like her and Ty Dolla $ign is like the twin brother and sister that got separated.
I'm telling you, man. And it's crazy. This is a funny story. This is her debut album. even though
She's been out for years.
Her was like the best like first EP or whatever you want to call it to come out. That shit was fire. Like all the way through. Then she come out with My Own or something like that. That come out, but that was the EP as well. Then she came out with 2 different versions of that because the first one came out, it had like 9 tracks.
Yeah.
And then she came back and ended up having like 20 tracks on it. But this is actually her first album, her debut album. Man, when it come to We Made It, man, she had Ty Dolla $ign on here.
Yep.
She had Hit Boy, Cartier on here, Lil Baby, Bloody Waters with Thundercat. Oh my God. Damages. She had Chris Brown on here with Come Through. My Own Mean It was fucking mean. Like she had YG on here. Then she had that song that was on the Khaled's album. It's on her album too. I Can Have It. Down to that had Bryson Tiller on it. Man, her is just I remember when we did. I can't remember. Look, I don't even remember what podcast it was on, but we was talking about the Super Bowl. And I was just saying the best thing about that Super Bowl was her singing America the Beautiful. Like
yeah, she killed that.
I said, look, I fell in love with her, man. Like,
yeah, I feel you.
I love her, man. She is. I'm telling y'all, if y'all never listened to her, like this girl is like she's the one. Like there's like in some generations where there's a person that's appointed, like Drake. Like for the dudes, like Drake is like the one. When it comes to females, for me, even though there's a lot of girls out there doing a lot of shit, I know some people will say that it's Cardi B. Some people will say that it's Meg Thee Stallion, all of this type stuff. But like for me, it is her. Back of my mind, my top 4 album of the year, man.
Okay. Well, for my number 3, man, I'm not gonna get too much into it because you kind of already did that, man. Is Wale Forlorn 2, man. Let me tell you something, bro. Wale Olu, bro, that boy go hard, man. Can't nobody mess with Forlorn, man. Poke It Out, you know what I'm saying? Like you already said, was dope. Angles with Chris Brown, I thought that was a good single that they put out too. That Dearly Beloved with Jamie Foxx, of course. I mean, it speaks for itself. I like the fact that they used the sample from the show and had them go over that one, and you know what I'm saying, had Jamie Foxx sing over that, so that was fire, man. But yeah, my number 3 is Wale Forlorn 2.
All right. So we got what? There's 2.
Yeah, we got 2.
We got 2. Listen, and I'm pretty sure we about to have 3 because I know this is in there, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not delaying this shit, man. The off season, J. Cole. Hey. Yo,
that's hilarious.
This is what people don't understand about this track, man. Even when he started out with 95 South, people don't get it. He started out in New York with Cam.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? If you know anything about the
on the intro, oh my God.
On the intro.
I'm sorry, it's your time. I'm sorry, bro. That's crazy.
And to have it start from New York, and then go down to Fayetteville to him, and then go down to Atlanta where you got Lil Jon. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised that he didn't have somebody from Miami to close it out because the I-95 go all the way down there too. Yeah. But it was just, listen, man, to start the album this way, and then for people, like, it's a great name because, you know, he did the basketball thing, and it's like, okay, this is the off-season, this one I'm doing the off-season type of thing. But so it's going around that this could be his last album. Him and Savage got a great fucking like, they got
They
that
make
weird.
great music together.
It's like, how it's weird how Drake and Future got like this thing. It's just
Yeah,
like it's J. Cole and 21.
yeah,
Like
I
they
agree.
got this thing. Like I can't explain it, but they just sound good together. When it comes to apply pressure to sample a Damian Lillard song
Mm-hmm.
and to have Damian Lillard talking in the background,
Yeah,
genius.
facts.
100 Mil, that was dope. Pride is the Devil with Lil Baby. He had Black on here. Listen, man, the climb back, the interlude, man, J. Cole, man, listen, people gotta stop fucking with that dude. But I think but J. Cole is one of those different dudes.
Yeah,
I think him and Kendrick got something in common. They don't give a fuck about the game.
that's true.
They don't play around with all this bullshit of social media and trying to get attention. They just give you the music and they shut the fuck up.
That is
Like
true.
they don't do interviews. But man, this offseason, man, it's a great album. I didn't think that. Now, granted, as great as it is, I'm still 2014 Forest Hills Drive. That's a classic. This is close, but that's a classic. But J. Cole, it sounds like it's number 3 for you too, so I'm gonna shut up.
No, it's actually I'm on number 2, so that's my number 2.
Oh, you are on number 2. My bad.
That's my number 2 for sure. But I think you made a great point to talk about how Kendrick and Cole, man, they just different. I also think that it's because they came up under legends. You know what I'm saying? Like Cole, you know what I'm saying? He come from, you know what I'm saying, that Jay-Z tree, and then Kendrick come from that, you know what I'm saying, that Dr. Dre tree. And I think that when you're that close to those type of guys who've, you know what I'm saying, not only been in the game so long, but you know what I'm saying, they at the point to where they still are producing at that high level. You learn a lot from those guys. I think Kendrick is at the top the way he is right now because of the fact that he had Dr. Dre around him. And Dr. Dre been in the game since the 80s. So the fact that he's able to even be where he's at still and be able to make the type of music that he can make still and it still be hits on top of hits, you know what I'm saying, that, you know what I'm saying, eventually that seeps into, you know what I'm saying, the next generation. And I think Kendrick soaked that all up. And that's why we see Kendrick at the level he's at now. And I feel the same way about J. Cole. With J. Cole, you know what I'm saying, being in New York, getting on Rock Nation, and being around Hove the way that he was around Hove, and, you know what I'm saying, seeing where Hove is now, you kind of understand why Cole is the way he is. Because you could see him emulate that in a way. And you can see why, you know what I'm saying, his music is the way it is, because look at their inspirations. So yeah, man, like you said, that connection that he got with Savage is crazy. Shout out to Boss, you know what I'm saying, the 2 joints that they got on there is fire. Little Baby on there as well. That My Life track with and them adding More on there was genius. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Number 2, man. Mine is J. Cole offseason.
That's what's up, man. So my number 2, you know what I'm saying? CLB, man. Certified Lover Boy Drake, man. Listen, y'all know, man, I'm a Drake guy, man. But it's just like Drake, he's the cheat code he never missed. I mean, he missed with some. I mean, that Poppy's Home, he could have kept that one. But man, his intros, he might have like the best intros like ever.
That's true.
Like
he definitely got the best Jay-Z verse.
Champagne Poetry. Man, listen. Oh my God. I mean, this is close to Tuscan Leather. Tuscan Leather might be my favorite intro.
I don't know.
Which one you say?
Tuscan Leather is different, bro. Tuscan Leather is different, bro.
That's like one of the best. Like,
yeah, Tuscan Leather is different, bro. You talk about opening an album.
That's
Tuscan Leather.
Come on, man.
Different, bro.
It's different.
I don't know if this was touching that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's close, but it don't touch it, man. But Girls Want Girls with Lil Baby. I'm sorry, I like that type of shit. I do, man. In the Bob, he had Giveon with Dirk on here. Jay-Z, which I'm glad him and Jay-Z got this little thing.
Between him and Kanye, he had the best Jay-Z verse.
He did. He really did. Love All. He had it. Travis, he had Future, Young Thug. Look, a lot of people don't like that Way Too Sexy. I kind of fuck with it. Like,
I'm not a fan of that.
I fuck with it, man. It's really
a fire song, don't get me wrong, but I'm just not a fan of it.
But I think it's funny though. I think Drake did it to be funny. You know what I'm saying? And he knows that it's gonna play in the strip club. You know, he got that thing with Future. Look, man, listen, No Friends in the Industry is one of those tracks that's just, you know, you hear it all the time. With this whole thing with No Friends in the Industry. Look, man, Knife Talk. Come on, man.
Oh,
Look,
that's the hardest track on the album.
Hey, listen, Project Pat. Only thing I'm mad is that verse wasn't long enough. I need more Project Pat.
I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying? I need more Project Pat.
Yeah,
Project Pat is, listen, 3 6 Mafia dropped the album called The Most Unknown. What was it? The most
unknown or something like that.
Yeah, it was something like that. And Project Pat was on the album. He's one of those guys. Like, you only know him if you really like in the hood like that.
Yeah.
And it's like Project Pat, he's just different. He just got one of those voices that's undeniable. I needed more Project Pat, but 21 killed it. I like how him and Drake went back and forth with that, you know what I'm saying, with that little thing.
I like how Savage started rapping like Project Pat.
That was
to me, that's what made it that much fire. The fact that he, you know what I'm saying, showed that homage, bro, was like, let me get this off real quick. That was fire.
I love that, man. Race My Mind is probably like one of my favorite tracks on here. But Ty Dolla $ign was on the album. You Only Live Twice with Lil Wayne and Rick Ross. That was dope as fuck. But man, come on, man. You know I gotta mention this, man. I Miss You Too. He got my guy Cuddy on the chat. Hey, boy. I almost wrecked my car going to work. Cause see, I listen to my music on Napster, and like Napster don't always have the features in it.
Yeah.
So I didn't know. I just started playing it. Man, I heard my guy Cuddy. I was like, oh shit, because you know they had a little beef. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like for them to end that, and man, to have Cuddy on the chat, man, that made my year, man, to hear Drake and Cuddy together, man. I love that track, man. I Miss You Too. But yeah, man, I got Drake, man, sitting at number 2, man, with that CLB, man.
That's what's up, man. All right, man. So for my album of the year, technically, I guess you would call it, since it's my number 1. It goes to Division and Ty Dolla $ign, man. Cheers to the Best Memories. This is probably 11 of the best tracks I've ever heard this year. They switch it out on each song. They got interludes where they kind of, you know what I'm saying, they do their thing. They got an interlude together, and then they got a separate interlude. Division got the best of Ty Dolla $ign, low key. I ain't gonna lie to you, which I'm not really surprised in the interlude tip. But as far as the music goes, I think Ty Dolla $ign kind of did his thing. This is definitely one of the best. I'm not gonna say one of. This is the best R&B album of 2021. They got YG on here. They got like a Spanish joint with Raul Alejandro. And then to top it all off, man, they put a nice piece together, man, and show some love to the boy Mac Miller at the end of it all, where I Believed It. And everybody knows that Ty Dolla $ign and Mac Miller had a great rapport. They made some great music together. So this one it kind of topped it off. Wedding Cake is a fire joint. Memories is a fire joint. Don't Say a Word is a fire joint. You know what I'm saying? They used a lot of sampling in there. So, well, not too much, but they used the right sampling. Let me say that. But cheers to the Best Memories, man. Division and Ty Dolla $ign is my best album of 2021.
All right, man. You ready for this? My number 1 album, when I tell you when this came out, dude, I have literally listened to this album every day since it came out this year. I got to say it. Everybody, I wish I had a drum set. Brody James, man, Bo Jackson. Listen to me. Listen to me. You know what I'm saying? Alphabet's produced. He's on Alphabet's record label. That, what is it? Is it ALB? I think it's ALB, if I'm not mistaken. ALC. This is completely produced by the Alphabet. Like I told you, the Alphabet just does, like, last year my number 1 album was Freddie Gibbs. The Alfredo album.
Nice. That Gibbs is nice.
Okay, and Alphabet did that whole album. I never even heard of Brody James. I just saw that the Alphabet was posting it, say he produced the album, so I started listening to it, and now, dude, I'm in love with this shit, yo. Man, this is my number one album of the year, man. He got a song, Double Hockey Sticks, man, that's dope. Turpentine is probably my favorite song on here. Brick Mile to Montana, EP, he got a song called EPMD, but you know what the EPMD stands for?
What?
Everybody plotting my demise. Yo. That is like the best.
Nice.
Yo, that shit is dope as fuck, man. Everybody plotting my demise. Come on, man. Probably my second favorite song is Steel Wool. You know what I'm saying? Speed Trap. But the funny thing about Speed Trap is I told my guy Casey, Speed Trap sounds like a track that Casey would make. Like it got like that Casey vibe to it. I told him that. But Flight Risk was dope. Illegal Search and Seizure, that shit was off the chain. Third person. He got a song on here called First 48 Freestyle. Oh my God.
Crazy.
Yo, crazy. I'm telling you, if y'all, I know a lot of people haven't heard of him. Like he's on tour, but like he's doing like the smaller venues because he isn't like, you know, like a mainstream artist. Is really kind of that, you know, that rap that fits, you know, that really is. It's really one of those albums for the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you ain't even really got to be in that world, but just if you've been around it, you know, you kind of get it. But the album has been working, yo, and the thing for me, it's like he's opened me up to, cause like I ain't even gonna lie, I didn't listen to Freddie Gibbs before the Alfredo album. I just listened to the album because the album said he produced it.
Yeah,
and it ended up being my number one album.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? This Bo Jackson album. And it's like a homage to Bo Jackson. And what's dope about it is when you look at the cover, and Alpha has even got a video of him doing it. What he did was the cover is he got a whole bunch of Bo Jackson collector cards. Well, they ain't collector cards, but just cards of Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
Sliced them. And the whole album cover is like pictures, well, not pictures, but the cards, but they like sliced
Pieced
up. Pieced up. Yeah, that's the album cover. Dope as fuck. And Brody James got his son like kind of like narrating the album a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And you know the album is love to use samples from movies and shit like that. So you got a lot of that soulful sound to it. But
yeah,
I had to do it, man. Brody James, man. Bo Jackson. That's my number one album of 2021, man. So I'll do a real quick recap, then you get your recap in. I got Wale Florin 2 at 10, DJ Khaled with Khaled at 9, Peter Rosenberg with Real Late at 8, Migos Culture 3 at 7. I got Tyler the Creator, Call Me If You Get Lost at 6, Nas King Disease at 2. King Disease 2 at 5. Her Back in My Mind at 4, J. Cole The Off Season at 3. Drake with the Certified Lover Boy at 2, and I got Brody James, Bo Jackson at 1.
Okay then. I got Yebba Don at 10. I got Tyler the Creator, Call Me If You Get Lost at 9. I got Silk Sonic, Evening with Silk Sonic at 8. I got Doja Cat, Planet Her at 7. I got Shelly, FKA Drums, Self-Titled at 6. I got Kanye West, Donda at 5. I got Jasmine Sullivan, Hotels at 4. Wale, Lauren 2 at 3. J. Cole, Off Season at 2. And then my number 1 is Division and Ty Dolla $ign. Cheers to the best memories.
That's what's up, man. I know you told me when I first introduced this idea to you, you was like, yo, mine is going to be R&B heavy. Because you was like, because you asked me, is it gonna be like a rap thing or we doing all genres? I like, we doing all genres, man. And you was like, okay, cause mine gonna be R&B heavy. And you
man, I've been hearing some great R&B this year, so I had to, I've been hearing some great rap albums too, man. But it's just, I don't know, man. There's something about these. It's really just a lot of the women in R&B. They have been putting out some great music. The dudes have too, but it's just, I don't know, it's just something about whatever the women putting out, they just really pumping it out right now. But you know what I'm saying, like it's still guys like Lucky Day and all them out there that's really dropping some stuff. I think Lucky Day just dropped something this week that I gotta listen to. But yeah, the women, man, and then just R&B in general, they just been coming out with some bangers.
Man, you want to know who else dropped the album this year? It's Slept Dog. I listened to it one time. I need to really zone in on it. I can't really pronounce the name of the album. I'm gonna try, but my guy Stokely, man, from Mint Condition,
Yeah,
he dropped his second album. I think it's Stakofi. I can't really pronounce it, but he dropped his second solo album this year, man. I really fuck with Stokely. Like I told you, Mint Condition is Mint Condition is my number one R&B group of all time. Like I love Mint Condition, and Stokely Williams is the lead singer in that. So he dropped the R&B album this year. So, but yeah, like I listened to some R&B joints, but you know me, man. Like I don't get me wrong, I like the R&B that I like that newer people are coming out with. It's more like I like Daily. He dropped some good shit. Of course, her. My problem is I'm stuck on my old music.
Yeah,
like I listen to, like I got a playlist called Old School, man. I be on that playlist so much to where it's like I don't even really like get a lot of time to listen to a lot of new music because like my old school shit, man, is like basically like where it's at. So I still listen to a lot of that. I like the new R&B, but you know, I just didn't get a lot of it in this year. So
yeah.
But I mean, I like my list though. I like your list too. Some of the albums I still need to listen to.
I gotta go back to your list and hear some of the joints too, because that, you know what I'm saying, that Brody James, I gotta get that on.
Man, I'm telling you, man, I fuck with that, man. That shit is hard. And like I say, man, I think what they doing over at ALC, man, I think, you know, obviously it's not gonna reach the heights of like, you know, OVO or Top Dog. Like it's not gonna reach that, but I think that number one, it always go off in music taste, but it also go off what you're looking for in music.
Right.
You know, and I think that what I'm looking for in music is a lot of the shit that the Alphabet is fucking with. So, you know, got me on that Bo Jackson, got me on that Alfredo. So who knows? Alphabet might, you know, because I'm not sure. I think Earl Sweatshirt is on the ALC, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know, but Earl Sweatshirt got bars. I know that much.
He do got bars.
Earl Sweatshirt got bars.
Dude, one of my favorite songs, I think it is Earl Sweatshirt and Brody James, that TV dinners on that This Thing of Ours. So yeah, man. So I ain't mad at it, man. You know, so we just gonna make this strictly music, man. We just gonna but also y'all need to like I always say, you like what you heard here with me and ScootzBronsen. Y'all can always go to the Viewers Anonymous. We just dropped the episode last night. I'm trying to tell y'all we potting, man.
Yeah,
y'all don't understand the work we putting in out here. We just dropped the 1990 cult classic, man. Home Alone. You know, we doing a Christmas month for everybody who really fuck with Christmas. So we doing Christmas movies all month. We got some bonus episodes that's also gonna come out this month. So please go check us out on the. I was about to say that already. Oh my god.
I be having to catch myself do that too, bro.
Man, on the Viewers Anonymous, man. Y'all can find that at View Anon Pod on Instagram and Twitter. VA Podcast Watch Group on Facebook. Send in your invitations. We will invite you into the group. So go check out what we're doing over there. It's on all major platforms. Y'all can also check me out at s.foster8 on Instagram and Twitter, at 28 minutes or less pod on IG, 28 minutes or less on Facebook. So Scoots, give everybody all your information, man.
Yeah, man, you can check me out on Twitter at ScootzBronsen. That's where I'm always at for real the most. You can also check me out on Twitch late at night on twitch.tv/ScootzBronsen, or if you have the Twitch app, just search ScootzBronsen. This month, man, I think, matter of fact, I'm doing it tonight, man. Tonight I'm doing a sip and shoot. You know what I'm saying? I get drunk, play Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the headset. You can see me too. So, you know what I'm saying? Get on the chat. Let's talk some trash. Let's have some fun. If you good, you know what I'm saying? Or if you ain't good, it don't matter. You can even jump in. You can play the game with us. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. Also, man, you know what I'm saying? Check out my NFTs on my Twitch. On my Twitch. Check out my NFTs on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? I got them it's pinned at the top message on my profile. So just go to my profile, click the link. I got some NFTs on sale going right now. I just dropped one from my XLX collection, and also I just dropped the new one that I just made this morning. So go check that out.
Yes, sir, man. Please go out and support the dude. So I hope everybody enjoyed the episode. And like I always say, man, go check out that Views Anonymous, man. We're doing something special over there. We're coming to the end of the year, so be on the lookout. I'm gonna go ahead and announce it on here first. We're doing the top 10 movies of 2021. So that will be a bonus episode. So be on the lookout for that. That will be coming out soon. But go check out all the work that we're doing over there. Shout out to everybody though, man. Shout out to the whole team. E. Carter. Shout out to Siege. Shout out to JD. Shout out to Casey. He just sent me over some work. So I appreciate everything that he does. You won't hear it this week. But you will be hearing it soon, some of the new things that he laid down for this podcast. So I sincerely appreciate that dude, man, and everything that he does. So you got any last words before we get out of here, man?
Nah, man, just be cool, support the pods, and leave us some feedback.
Yes, sir. Please do that. Apple Podcast, leave me a review. So this was episode 66 of the 28 Minutes or Less podcast. We did our top 10. Appreciate everybody. Hold it down. Peace.
Peace.